No recess on my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Mike 280. Mike 54. There's a party now. Kill. 14. Kill.
They'll start here with Jackson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 54. Focus, defense, focus. Kill. 14, funny. Check hot route. Hot. Watch the twins. Hey, 0. He's checking crack. Hey. Let's go, 4 down.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54 right there. Under crunch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. Now 11's legal.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Come on, QB, come on. Check your hot read. Hey, watch it. Hey.
They run on 1st down with Jackson, down at the 30 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
36 power. Shit. Check 99.
On 2nd down, it's Jackson. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Check. Watch 54. Stop your whining. Hatch it. Switch. Show it. Shit. Watch the shit.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Alert. Mike's 54. Gun.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
3rd and 7.
Break. 280. 54 Mike. Crunch time, defense. Take four.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He spins free, and he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Come on, let's go. Shit. Under 10. 10. Look at me. Score. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Pearson pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
A big play there for Indy. 45 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
From the gun on third down. McDermott, he sets to fire, and it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 24-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Zebra. Run left.
Here's Wilson to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now it's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jackson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Colts are going to get it at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Looking to throw. McDermott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 9. Let's go.
They'll try the left side. It's Pearson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Coming for the side. I'm coming for the side. Let's go.
Off play action. McDermott. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Right here, right here. Whip. 14, find it. 14. 12.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Seahawks 35-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now again, right side. It's Pearson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, Pearson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
57, Mike 57. Hey, Zoo.
2nd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack.
Hey, let's go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. You don't see me in your nightmare, son. Get ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McDermott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
What?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to weigh in and enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
12. 54 is Mike. 54 is Luke. 54. Watch 54. All day, just like that. Just like that. Check. Good guys. 4 down.
Here's Wilson. Looking deep for Jennings. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they've managed to get it done.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
We want it. Come to my world. Hey, 0.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll run on first down. Jackson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Zebra. Slam. Good tight.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Myers able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A big play there just before halftime. 71 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On the double. Mark 57. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Fight.
Throwing on first down. McDermott to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
57.
Throwing again. McDermott. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Andy Isabella, as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, T.J. Green with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I know he ain't got it. You got 61. Matchbox right.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pearson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? 5. They can't hang with that. Shoot!
On first down, Humphrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Foxtrot. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go, defense.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready? 10-2 stop. Eat. All day, dog.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDermott looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Cobb to return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here we go. 60 or. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Bravo. Check.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McDermott. And the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Hey, alert. Go. Right there, 54 miles. Let's go. 54 miles.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. This is caught by Jackson. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Ready. Mark 4. Here we go. Gun. He's coming. Alert.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
From the 29, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw on second down, McDermott. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back to throw. McDermott. The throw taken in by Sims. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Here we go. General West.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pearson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Ready. 30 base. Let's go. He's coming. Team spill. He's coming.
On 2nd down now, Humphrey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. You get rock me.
They'll run on first down. Pearson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pearson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Right there, 54.
Looking to throw. McDermott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over the 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Joker, 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 Joker. Check 13. Check 13. Look out, look out. Go, go, go.
Operating from the gun. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Jackson, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wilson. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Important extra point up and through, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Fielded about a yard deep. Twisting away. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. He's back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now a desperation throw deep down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Punching it in from a yard away. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Wilson's pass complete to DK Metcalf.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen, because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up up, incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. They've got his man complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On 1st down, it's Pearson. And some room to work. Sheds off the tackle. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.